You cannot be a people by yourself.
Yeah.
Simple. When we talk of people, it connotates more than two. So you cannot be a people by your, however popular you are. Because otherwise, we are not a country of rules, we are a country of individuals. The whole genius of Constitution was to metamorphosize us to be a country of rules and institutions and not of individuals. And that institutions mean we, the people. So you cannot be a people by yourself, with your good self or bad self, however big you are or small you are not the people. And the people then, you cannot start a process that is parochial, narrow, and then you bring it to people to justify through Article 257. Look at the case in Nakuru Court. Omtata is saying, why can't the government also fund this constitutional review? It makes sense. If it is the two people that their constitutional vision is being funded by the state, why can't our court be funded? Why can't my vision of the constitutional amendment or my experiment be funded? So I mean, we must accept that does the consent to vote for somebody in 2017, Gerald, is a consent that this person will now do everything that pertain to my life as they will. Is that the value of consent? Because even those who are arguing that, let us be honest, these people carried our votes to do what? Was that vote to change the constitution?
Yeah.
Was that vote to uphold the constitution? I think it was a vote to protect and uphold the constitution. When they carried the Bible up on air, they said that I take the oath. Look at the presidential oath in that constitution. Look at the oath that the Right Honorable took with the people.
Which one? The one for Miguna?
Yeah, the Miguna oath. The oath B. All of them is to uphold the constitution, not to mutilate the constitution. So it is quite a stretch to say that because people voted for you for one thing, I mean, is it even fair to expect that because you are somebody's parent, then you have the children permission to do anything you want about them? I don't think so. It is the stretch, and as Githu Muigai will say, I'm using the word stretch in its most stretching way, elastic form. So we, the people, is still our constitution. You cannot use taxpayers' money. Initiate a process that is yours, that we all know what is eating the country. The question is, how did you get to know? Is it intuition? Is it by experiment? And once you have known, then you go through a process, and then you now want to railroad it back to Article 257 so that watu waamue. We are not just there. It is like you walk on the street, two people are arguing their own argument, alafu wanakusimamisha wanakuambia, sasa wewe hebu amua kati yetu who is right. I don't want to decide. I don't want to be in yes or no. I don't care about your constitutional moment. It is not mine. It is not joined. That vote you got,
you can deal with your own constitutional moment.
Yes. So then the attempt to now railroad it to Article 257 the best is let people decide. Where did the report come from? The report did not come from heaven. The report is a process that the SUPKEM said, that process of picking. Do you remember when we were growing up and in a team you'll say, hey, Gerald, your side, Duncan's side, kila mtu pick watu. We kuja. We pia una pick. That is what happened to this gentlemen that were running this thing. Alafu usually, especially if you didn't know how to play, you will be the last one to be picked. Unasikia wanasema we enda hiyo side.
Ama wasema kulikuwa na kwani alikuwa anaitwa Mweru. Alikuwa anacheza mahali pote.
Wewe ukipata na mpira.
Wewe umekosa laini ndio naambia sasa mahali unapata na mpira.
We enda which side. So this is how the teams were picked. That is not a people process. That is a person process. Wewe hiyo side, mimi hii side, to pick nani atakuja hii team. That process is irredeemably, and no amount of self cleansing can save that process. So that is what the SUPKEM chair is saying. The Muslims spoke very well. Usually they don't come out clear like this. And you know, I saw the tune of people like Wetangula who are saying this thing is ready. Now they were saying we cannot ignore some voices. The same to Mudavadi. Consistently, though it has been naggingly, but he has been saying, well, tusikizane kidogo, and then now he is maintaining that. I'm thinking that they're speaking for the head of state, who feels that this thing is going to be embarrassing. So we the people, and I insist that we as the people, Pinyo Wacho, we are the owner of this country. We are the owners of this country. We decide what works, what does not work. We will tell you when we want a new constitution. We will tell you when we are tired of this constitution. And what we are telling you for now is respect this constitution. Do not use handshake to mutilate, to FGM, the holy constitution that we struggle for in the name of, as long as Baba is okay with it, we are okay. No. This country, if Mandela, remember what Winnie Mandela and Mandela argument. You know, Winnie Mandela told Mandela, just because you are jailed for 24 years, you cannot come to jail and give Boas everything and say that if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to us. Mandela, you are not the only one who suffered. I, as Winnie, I was suffering here. So if Mandela could be questioned, and if Mandela could be told you have sold the country by coming with consensus and having this walk where they were given Nobel Peace Prize, but sold the rights of the Africans, which Kina Malemba are now trying to bring back, there is no individual who can become with the people, even as powerful, as famous as you are. And finally, you know, we need to make use of what we read in schools. Everybody in Kenya who have gone through high school, have gone through set books, have gone through fasihi, kioo cha maisha ya jamii, have gone through literature, isn't it? If you read the book Shamba la Wanyama, or The Animal Farm, and I have a line here, it had become usual to give Napoleon the credit for every successful achievement, and even stock of good fortune. You'll often hear one hen remarks to another, brother, under the guidance of our leader, Comrade Napoleon, I've laid 5 eggs in 6 days. Or you'll hear 2 cows enjoying a drink at the pool will exclaim, thanks to the leadership of Comrade Napoleon, oh, how excellent this water test. You know, ilikuwa tu ni upuzi shamba la wanyama. Oh, this BBI is good, thanks to our leader. You saw in my heart what I needed. How could I have even lived one day without BBI? that kind of shamba la wanyama. So here is a hen who have laid 5 eggs. It takes a cock and a hen. There is nothing to do with Napoleon, and is testifying among the hen group that under the leadership of Napoleon, imagine 5 eggs in 5 days, 6 days, and the cow is saying this maji, and I like how it sounds even in Swahili. Shamba la wanyama mkimwa and all that. Haya maji ni masafi. Haya maji, this water tastes great because of the great leadership of our comrade. What was happening there? People were simply lying to the kings. People have accepted that Napoleon has become with the people as we are seeing them. So make use of this literature. You paid some money, at least hata kama ni church bursary, kuna 20,000 ulilipua ukafanya hizi literature. Tumiaga hizo literature and look at your country, because literature and fasihi ni kioo ya maisha ya jamii. Look at it. And finally, George Orwell conclude by saying that the test, this is what George Orwell says, that the test of liberty is to say to people what they don't want to hear. The test of liberty, if we have liberty and freedom of speech in this country, is to speak truth to power and say, you might think it's a constitutional moment, just like some people go to labor room and think it is time for labor, but it's constipation or it is gas. And they are clearly and well directed and said, you might think you are feeling contractions, but believe me, you are not, it's still not there. We will not be the cows who are saying the water tastes sweet, the BBI water tastes sweet. Because as cows, we have our owner, the comrade, the leader, have given us this water. Have your mind. And that mind means that prioritize your things. You are barely having oxygen in hospitals. You can't breathe. You don't have economy. Things are going haywire. Politics is confusing. 2020 is an year of survival. Whether you'll make it or not is almost 50-50. We don't know whether the world will remain the same as we know it. Yet, tell me of which country decide that is the constitutional moment. In the world, not in the galaxy, in this world, which country will look at all these challenges and decide that all these challenges mean one thing? Constitutional moment.